Imagine earning $140,000 a year. You have a nice apartment, a new car, and a designer wardrobe. It's Monday morning. You open your banking app and see an $800 checking balance. Payday is 11 days away. You immediately start calculating how to stretch your grocery budget to reach it. Now look at someone earning $54,000 a year. They live in a modest apartment, drive a 2019 Honda, and have a cracked phone screen they haven't bothered to fix. They open their app, see $47,000 sitting securely across savings and investments, and close it with complete calm. These two people live in the same economy and the same country. One earns nearly 3 times as much as the other, yet possesses a fraction of the financial security. We usually assume the high earner with no savings must be gambling or making obviously destructive financial decisions, but most of the time their bank account is empty because of a much more subtle process. They followed the standard social script: work hard, earn more, and enjoy the rewards. The apartment, the car, and the clothes feel like evidence of success rather than a problem. This sense of progress creates a trap. Because the spending feels earned, high earners often fail to notice that their rising income is actually digging them into a deeper hole. When your income increases, your brain automatically recalibrates its expectations. The apartment that felt like a luxury at $60,000 feels ordinary at $90,000. Within months, an upgrade becomes your new baseline necessity. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. It describes our psychological tendency to return to a stable level of satisfaction despite major positive life changes. This chart shows how adaptation works over a career. The stair-step line represents your rising income. The second line is your satisfaction. The thrill of a raise spikes for about 3 weeks before it quietly disappears into the background of normal life. This explains why people earning $300,000 report the same baseline financial stress as those earning $80,000. The standard for enough moves at the same speed as the paycheck. The number changes, but the feeling of scarcity stays the same. The brain tends to absorb surplus income into its new definition of normal, which is why earning more money rarely resolves financial stress on its own. We also have to contend with social comparison. We don't measure our financial health by absolute numbers. We measure it relative to the people around us. In the 18th century, the philosopher Denis Diderot lived a modest life until he received a gift of a beautiful scarlet robe. That single luxury item made all of his other possessions look inferior. To match the elegance of the robe, he felt compelled to replace his old chair, then his desk, and then his rug. This is known as the Diderot effect, a cascade of forced matching upgrades triggered by the introduction of a single new possession. For a modern professional, that robe is often a promotion. A new title brings a wealthier social circle. Suddenly, you're surrounded by people with bigger homes and nicer cars and more expensive tastes. Your brain subconsciously treats this new environment as the mandatory standard you need to match to belong. High-income spending cycles stem from these two psychological systems, hedonic adaptation and the Diderot effect, working together to convert excess cash into lifestyle expansion. The minimalist solution is to make a conscious, advanced decision to define enough before lifestyle pressure has a chance to define it for you. This involves setting a hard cap on your baseline for comfort. You decide what kind of home, car, and wardrobe genuinely serve your life, and then you stay at that level even as your income grows. This chart compares two people earning $120,000 over a decade. Person A allows lifestyle creep, spending $110,000 and saving $10,000. After 10 years, they have roughly $150,000 saved. Person B defined enough at $60,000. They save $60,000 every year, resulting in over $800,000. Maintaining a fixed baseline creates a defense against psychological defaults. When the standard for comfort is capped, every future raise can be converted into savings and freedom, rather than disappearing into a bigger life. Take a moment to calculate your own definition of a satisfying life. Write down the number that meets your actual needs, regardless of what matches your LinkedIn title or what might impress your colleagues. Financial freedom comes from wanting less than you are capable of affording. That is the minimalist secret.